There's no Europeans on that list that are better than me.
No.
There's zero. It's like they haven't played the same competition I played against, right?
No.
So it's just like, bro, you can line me up against any offensive lineman, and it's just like out of 10, I'll win out of 10 every time. And it's just like, okay, it's like, if it's based off like the team that I was playing for, whatever.
That's what I think.
It has to be.
Popularity contest.
It's a little bit of a popularity contest, and there's a little bit that goes into it because it's like I understand it wants to be like a European league, like that's really what it's like built on is like the European talent, but it's like come on, bro. And I missed 2 games.
Well, you know, we were doing our thing for real.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to get awards and stuff like that, they didn't give the imports no awards. It was all about the Euro guys.
Well, yeah, no, I don't need an award. I don't need something I'll put in.
Or like top players and stuff like that. No, they Poland, they'll put your picture up for the player of the weeks and stuff like that. But other than that, it wasn't like,
Yeah, but what does that do? Like ultimately, like you giving people awards and
that don't
deserve it, whatever. But like you say, it's supposed to be for the Europeans. What are you actually doing for the Europeans? You're not doing anything. Because if that was the case, why don't we have more European quarterbacks in the league when there's plenty that can play? I'm a big. How do you say it? I'm pro European quarterbacks. If a European quarterback could play, he can take criticism, he can make calls, he can see plays. I don't see why he can't play over somebody that's from the States.
Because he's going against somebody from the States.
Yeah, but okay, let's take a guy that we had this season who understands English, who understands the play calls, who can make all the throws. Why can't he be a starter and you just put faster guys surrounding him, you put guys in front that can protect him and he be your starter and you can develop him.
There's something about the quarterback position where you have to be groomed. I genuinely, and maybe y'all play more against in Europe than I have, but I've genuinely never seen like a solid European quarterback. I've seen better quarterbacks in Japan.
I've seen solid European quarterbacks in Austria. Graz had a good one. Vienna has a good one now. Berlin had a good one.
European,
they played against us this season.
Look, and this right here is
the
what
Berlin quarterback, backup quarterback.
What I say is, and I told players this, like, when you an American player coming overseas, the competition is not the country that you're going to. It's the other Americans that are available.
Come on, how did that guy do when he got his first start?
But I'm saying, what are you comparing the European quarterback to?
I'm saying if there's a chance for a European quarterback to start and he has all the tools, he can make all the throws, he understands the defense, he understands the offense, he knows how to read the defense, he knows how to take it, make the right decisions. Obviously, every quarterback doesn't make the right decisions, they're not Tom Brady, but if he can make efficient, effective decisions to lead you down the field and score points, why can't he be the starter?
I mean, yeah, in that case, but like, how many of these quarterbacks out here in Europe are getting coached up by like quarterback coaches?
Not a lot.
But they're okay. So then they're
have all the qualities that you said.
Yeah. So then why? When are they going to be available? When are they going to be able to?
Make it start.
I feel like that's on the club.
But who are they developing?
It's on the club, bro. It's on the club imports. To bring in
imports.
Coaches.
But that's the thing. A lot of these imports are not coming in coaching their position. Like when we started to come in 10 years ago, that was in our contract. You come in to play. You're going to be a position coach. Yeah. And you're going to be, this and that. Now it's just like, you come in to play.
I'd love to go around and hear what y'all have to say, though. But for me, it's just like if I myself was an organization in wherever country and I wanted to groom a quarterback, I would bring in high school coaches from America and have a program from top to bottom where you're grooming kids, right? Because it's just like all these other positions, one thing about it is it's like all these other positions, you can get raw talent out of all these other positions. Receiver, DB, linebacker. You can be more so raw and not be coached as well, right? Those technical positions, the positions that are a lot more difficult on the technical side, right? And some people, I feel like y'all may disagree with this, but obviously quarterback, it's great. It's way more technically demanding than it is skill demanding. You need coaches that.
And then on top of that, if you're developing an American quarterback in Europe, he has to understand the context of English. He can't just understand English.
Yeah.
He has to understand the context.
You mean European
The European quarterback needs to be able to understand the context of what's being said.
So
I feel like.
So if he understands English and he understands the context,
if his OC's European, if his OC's from his country and they speak the same language, then okay, develop them. But if you have an American quarterbacks coach, that European player has to be able to understand the context of the English for him to get the information fast.
Okay, let's just throw names out there since my example is not landing.
No, I understand your example. But what I'm telling you is they have to. They can't just understand English. They have to understand the context of English.
But he did, and he was better than the guy that came. Still, and from the States who went to all these Big Ten, Power 5 schools.
I can't really. Like,
I mean, maybe that's an anomaly. That's crazy. That's a crazy example, but that's a raw example.
But it's a raw example.
But it's
different. You're saying developing a quarterback. You don't develop a quarterback in a year.
No, you don't. No. I didn't say you develop a quarterback.
But that's what I'm telling you.
No, that's not my point. My point is to put these guys out there so that they do get development. You don't just sit there and just get development. It's not. It's not the USA.
Why wait until they're fucking 20 to do that? I'm saying
because you don't have that. So, but I'm saying there are guys out there that didn't get the upbringing and they didn't get the polishing that the guys from the States have. But from the grace of whatever the case may be, they still have the skills and the capacity to do the damn thing.
And I agree.
And he did it this season.
And
I agree, but even like there's no Europeans that don't want to come here. Nobody don't want to come here, and they're just like, you guys have a domestic quarterback that you guys are trying to develop in a top league. If you wanted to stay in hungry with that and wait until we develop,
that's my point. If we're talking about trying to develop, if we're trying to gauge the sport towards European players, why not be putting these guys on the pedestal?
I get what you're saying, but you got to understand, a lot of these teams are win now teams, and I'm thinking about
100%. But that's also the issue. That's also the problem.
But it's just like development. Throw the motherfucker in.
Bro, you can bring in an American quarterback that might be better. He could be subpar. Have them duke it out, and then say, okay, well, this guy is better than you this week. He's gonna be playing this week.
And I get.
And at the same time,
we paying you so much to sit on the sideline.
But you can't have one thing and want the other. You can't have one thing and want the other. You gotta choose. So, do we want to develop football in Europe or not? If we want to develop football in Europe or not,
well,
bring in a quarterback. You can bring in a quarterback because a lot of times the OC's like, well, we need two quarterbacks. Okay, bring in a U.S. quarterback. He might be better than the guy you have. He might not, but you have the second quarterback. When he comes here, he can help develop more, if that's what the case is, this European quarterback.
I think
if the European quarterback is better,
better team should do that.
Yeah, okay. That's what
I agree with like a Frankfurt or a Rhein Fire. 100% y'all can get away with doing that.
Yeah.
That's why those better Fujitsu does it.
We could have done that too.
Who?
Us.
Tokyo or
we could have had a backup U.S. quarterback this year.
The thing is, I don't know.
You don't need to pay him that much money.
I don't know what American. You're not going to get a good American quarterback that's going to come in and be a backup. No. You have to make him the quarterback coach.
Listen,
that's
and this right here.
You don't need to. If you have a good, solid guy who's European,
this right here is the problem.
Yeah.
If you got a good, solid guy who's European, he's not playing against other European quarterbacks. He's playing against fucking Americans that are really good. So whether he's better than the American that you bring in, he's playing against other Americans.
Okay,
he's not playing against the guy he's practicing with.
What's the point?
The point is, if he's not better than this quarterback, he's not going to outscore him.
If he's better than the quarterback that you're bringing in, he's playing in the football game
against other quarterbacks from America.
No, he's playing against a defense. He's not playing against another quarterback. He's playing against a defense.
Yeah, he's playing against a defense, but he's playing against another quarterback from America.
No, he's playing against a defense. When he goes,
my offense versus your offense, who's going to score the most points?
My offense is against that defense, so it's up to the whole 11 on the defense, on the offense, and the OC to organize a game plan to make sure you score more
Well,
points.
shit, if you got the fucking Ravens 2002 defense, I can play quarterback.
Okay, so now you're putting the onus on the defense. No, but who cares? If this guy is better than the other guy, what's wrong with bringing in a guy to be the second string quarterback? He's American.
It's like with you a running back or a linebacker, and I say, well, shit, we got running backs that are really good. But that's not who the fuck you're going against.
I don't get your point.
You're going against American fucking linebackers who are good.
But you
So as good as he is, it's just like, bruh,
I don't get.
we need you.
Understand.
There's a lot of good European running backs. But teams go out and get American running backs because they do shit like old boy from Rand Fire did and fucking can break at any fucking time.
But not everybody can do that. Even European guys can't do that.
Yeah, I get it, but what I'm telling you is
No, I get it. My point is this. I'm not refuting.
and I'm not disagreeing with
Yeah,
you.
that's my point. I'm saying
What I'm
that.
saying
Why
is
don't you
that
do
shit takes
that
time.
I feel like they should make a.
No, it doesn't take time because you're not developing
Rand Fire
anybody.
is not that fucking old. They're good. They're not that old.
No, but you're not developing any European quarterbacks if they're just sitting on the sideline every year because you bring in an American quarterback.
The league should make a development league. There should be a B league and an A league.
In the ELF?
Yeah. And it should be relegation. And whoever's in the B league, there should be limited Americans, maybe 0, maybe 1. Honestly, for financial,
Bro, football's still young here. I'm talking about in Europe, it's still young, and the development of the quarterback is going to happen, and it's happening. But it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen in the ELF. And it's not
I'm
going to
not
happen in
saying
the
it's
ELF.
going to happen overnight. I'm saying if we're talking about developing European guys,
Let them play.
let them play. Simple as that. Let them play.
But
So if we have ELF,
In the top league.
when we go to Division 1, Superligas and things like that of this nature, even in Germany, right? Let the European guys play.
Yeah, that's cool, but who you going to see? You going to see?
People moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving goalposts. They still trying to sell tickets. and shit.
Ultimately, if you have a star European guy, you're going to get more people coming to the game versus the star American guy. Why? Because that's our blood. That's our nationality. Not this American guy. We don't care about him. He's great. He's making our team win. But as soon as the team loses, everybody fucking
I'm
leaves the
not
stadium.
disagreeing with you, but I'm disagreeing with bringing a fucking import in. That's worse than if that happens, that's just like a bad situation. That's a bad situation. But it shouldn't happen.
Our situation could have been we had a hot Hungarian guy and pause. and we needed a backup. We couldn't get the dude from the Wolves. So we bring in a guy he might be better, he might not be, who knows. Bring him in as a backup. We already got someone that has a high hand, and he's Hungarian. Let the Hungarian guy play.
They did. He was hurt. You remember he got hurt? No. After he played that game, he was hurt. He got hurt.
It's fine.
He literally said, "I'm hurt."
He wouldn't have said I'm hurt if they told him he was going to start next game.
Word.
No, I'm fine.
Good.
He said, "I could play, but I'm hurt."
I don't know. I'm not disagreeing.
What I'm saying is, I get what you're saying,
Yes.
but even he is still developing. It's just like he's still developing. So like I understand what you're saying, but it's like fuck. You can throw a baby in the water, a baby can swim, but you're trying to throw a fucking 40-year-old in the water. It's like this motherfucker don't know how to swim, he's gonna drown. So
that's.
Well, no, it was a bad analogy. But I understand what you're saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I think
it wasn't a bad analogy.
40-year-old
If you throw a fucking baby in the water, the fucking baby's gonna fucking swim.
Alright, so the baby's
A 40-year-old will give you a better effort at swimming than a baby.
And he's gonna fucking drown. That's the fastest way to drown, not knowing how to swim is a fucking panic. He's gonna give a fucking effort and he's gonna fucking drown. Babies naturally know how to swim. That's why you throw a baby in the water. Motherfuckers you do it all the time.
That's
Look it up.
And that's to my point.
Nigga,
You're agreeing to my point 100%. If you're using that,
You talking about the
analogy.
No, you're trying to throw a fucking 40-year-old in the water.
I'm trying to throw a baby in the water.
That nigga
Who's
Tim
the
talking about
baby?
them babies with them big ass heads.
No, I'm talking about regular fucking babies. The fuck?
It's him and his big ass hand was floating there.
I'm just saying, like, throw a fucking baby in the water, baby can swim.
The 24-year-old versus the 28-year-old. Who's the baby and who's the 40-year-old?
Bro, I'm not.
The one who's.
What I'm telling you is, I'm not talking about the age. I'm talking about the experience. His experience is young as fuck.
Well, yeah, I agree with Tim saying. Obviously, the analogy sucks. But
if he starts,
the older dude experience is worse than the younger guy.
no, the older dude has more experience.
Okay,
What I'm telling you is the younger dude's experience is like
less,
way less.
but was playing better.
Couple years.
But was playing better.
Yeah, that's cool. But
why throw him to the ELF? It's like
So we can develop.
why at the highest of the highs?
So we can develop.
and
That's the thing. It's just like I feel like it's with regards to what you're saying, I understand, but like I feel like sometimes you have to just be careful of like who, like you may be throwing somebody to the fire.
Come on.
I'm not talking about that.
So if that's the case, never mind.
And I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about him individually, but I'm just talking about like in general, because we're talking about in general, not talking about specific situations. We're just talking about in general, developing quarterback. But like you can't just throw all the quarterbacks to the ELF.
No, you're not. Y'all taking my example to
Bruh,
the
I'm
extreme.
agreeing. I'm agreeing with
Because I agree with you, but it's just
but
like,
obviously you're not gonna throw. I mean, he looks great. Let's throw him to. No, I'm just saying. When you
develop them.
bro,
We'll bring in the ELF next year.
crazy.
now I'm crazy.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, and you said it. But you said it. You said it out loud. And like you said it, bro. But it's just like, nah.
That boy Brady hit that jog on that ELF.
No.
It's over, nigga.
Nah. It's special situations, obviously. You can't be a freaking fresh, fish out of water. You gotta have a little bit of couple years on you.
Yeah.
And if you got it, shit, blossom. You gotta nurture it somehow.
No, yeah.
Not on the
Nurture that shit. I mean, it's still nurturing to do. So